Good evening. They're not even on the field yet, and the Victoria junior football team has been sacked by a downtown hotel. The Victoria Rebels have been left thousands of dollars in the hole and with no accommodation for more than 100 players on very short notice. The team's big spring football camp begins tomorrow, but players arriving early to check in at the Travelers Inn found that the hotel has closed down and their 25 room reservations have been canceled. But as A-News reporter Andrew Johnson shows us tonight, Rebels management have thrown a Hail Mary pass and have scored a touchdown.
For the Victoria Rebels, success on the field starts at spring camp. The team lures more than 100 prospects from across the country to town, looking for that diamond in the rough to take the team over the top.
It's going to be the craziest weekend of my life, taking over the team only 2 months ago, which is late, and just being on the road recruiting for the last 2 months.
But when defensive lineman Brett Waine arrived from Edmonton last night and tried to check into the Travelers Inn at 1850 Douglas, he was told the team's 25-room reservation didn't exist, and the hotel was closing its doors.
The people that have rooms already can stay, but nobody else will be allowed to check in. They're going to be having no staff.
The team's management, who made the reservation in January and put down $3,000, couldn't believe what they were hearing the day before camp.
There's no words that can describe the sinking feeling, you know.
We phoned the hotel and there was no answer. We faxed a rooming list. Got no answer on that. And we drove down here and found a bailiff behind the front counter.
And they also found notices on the door detailing a writ of seizure and sale from the Canada Revenue Agency. The property is among 8 Travelers Inns which went into bankruptcy last year, owned by Victoria's John Asfar. But like they coach their players to do when they're trailing in the fourth quarter, Rebels management didn't quit. With 110 young football players and their families to house in 24 hours, Wade got on the phone and found his team's savior.
Howard Johnson Hotel and Suites on Elk Lake Drive by Commonwealth Pool are going to step up to the plate and help us out in a big way.
Howard Johnson has offered up 22 rooms through Sunday night for the $4,000 the team had left to pay Travelers Inn. That's less than $25 per room, a fraction of the regular price and a loss for Howard Johnson.
What goes around comes around. We're a big believer of that. A big piece of our business is sports tourism.
If you subscribe to the old saying, all's well that ends well, it may just apply in this case, at least for the players suiting up for the Rebels this weekend, who have ended up with accommodation that is usually a little out of the team's price range.
It'll probably be the talk of camp about our 11th hour hotel issue, but it looks like everything's going to turn out really well.
The team has been advised by the CRA that its $3,000 deposit is unlikely to be returned, a big deal for a junior football club on a tight budget. But come tomorrow night, the prospects will storm the practice field, and later, when it's time to hit the sack, they'll have all they need, somewhere to rest their aching bodies.
Andrew Johnson joins us now with more on the story. Andrew, what have you been able to find out about the status of the Travelers Inn at 1850 Douglas?
Well, Hudson, the player who tried to check in was told by the bailiff there was a tax evasion issue involved in the closure, but that hasn't been confirmed. The Canada Revenue Agency told the team's president it couldn't reveal details of the situation. Meantime, we contacted a woman by the name of Donna Petrie, who the Rebels booked the rooms through at the Travelers Inn. But when I asked for information, she hung up. A representative for John Asfar, who owns the hotel, didn't call us back.
All right. Well, they're welcome to, and we'll keep calling. Thank you. Andrew Johnson reporting.